And here we go. We are live on YouTube and Facebook. Welcome. It is Wednesday night. Tonight we are going to discuss, or I'm going to give you 3 tips or 3 reasons why you should be cleaning out your cupboards and your refrigerators. So if you are new, welcome. My name is Diane. Tonight we are going to be talking about those 3 tips and how it can help you better reach the goals that you're trying to achieve with maybe some health and fitness goals that you have, or maybe some intermittent fasting goals that you have. So we will be talking about intermittent fasting as well. If you're new, like I said, welcome. My name is Diane, and for the past 25 years, I have been helping women find nutritional plans and fitness programs to help them look and feel their best and live their most authentic life. And here in this community of amazing men and women, we are doing that through intermittent fasting. So hit that like button if you're interested in learning these 3 tips, or share this with a girlfriend who you think might benefit from this, or if you are someone who might be suffering from some things that you're having in your refrigerator, please leave me a comment and we'll see if we can address some of those as we go along. So tip number 1. Temptation. So if you are constantly finding yourself in your refrigerator or in your cupboards eating those foods that you swore you were going to kind of put away or not indulge in, or you feel like there's just those temptations of what I always like to call the kids' food, you know, the snacky treat stuff that we buy for our kids, and they seem to be hindering us because we can't stop eating them, or maybe we're craving them, or we have an unconscious moment or two from some stressful situation in our day and we binge eat on something that we're not supposed to. So the first reason why you should go through your refrigerator and your cupboards and clean them out is temptation. You don't want to be tempted by something that you know that probably isn't going to help you look and feel your best and live your most authentic life. So just get rid of them. And then as you get rid of them, make sure that you don't replace them. And again, moms, grandmas, husbands, don't use your kids as an scapegoat to buy those snacky temptation foods. They probably don't need them either. So just stop buying them and break that habit and replace them with something else. Tip number 2 for why you should be cleaning out your cupboards and your refrigerator is just minimalization and being organized. I know for us, oftentimes the refrigerator gets stuffed from the front to the back, and I can open my refrigerator and it just looks like a disastrous mess. And oftentimes the fresh fruit and the fresh vegetables get shoved to the back of the refrigerator. And then if they're not at eye level, or they're not at a place where we can easily reach them or think about preparing them, then they often just kind of stay back in that dark corner of the refrigerator and they end up going bad. And then we end up having to throw them out. So tip number 2 for why you should be organizing your refrigerator and your cupboards is to bring the healthier stuff forward, minimalize what you have in storage in both your pantry and your refrigerator, and bring all of those healthier, fresh foods that have the possibility of going bad to the front and center of both your pantry and your refrigerator, so that you will remember to eat them and that you will not be tempted by any of the things that maybe have a longer shelf life, which we're trying to avoid anyways, or maybe some of those things that might be a little tempting. Hide those in the back so you don't think about them when you open those doors. And then tip number 3 is just for the simple purpose of inventorying what you have in store. So I know we just did this. Gabby and I just went through our pantry and organized it, I think just a little bit before school started, and it was amazing how much food had actually expired. You know, just going to the store and purchasing a can of something, think that you're going to prepare something. And I know I'm sort of the romantic about cooking, and I think, oh, I'm going to make this amazing dish, and so I buy all the stuff for it. And then that feeling, that romantic feeling about spending hours in the kitchen kind of goes away, and then the stuff stays in the pantry, and then before you know it, it's hit or surpassed its expiration date. So it's good to kind of do an inventory of your shelves, get rid of those things that are expired, get rid of those little packages that are cellophaned and you clip them and they're probably stale in there anyways, just throw those out. And then inventory your refrigerator as well. There often are a lot of things in your refrigerator that also have kind of expired or reached its maximum potential for consumption, and you need to just toss them out. I know things like, mustard or jellies or ketchups and those kind of condiment things, some salad dressings have probably kind of expired as well, and it's nice to just kind of clean them out and just throw them away and start fresh. Your refrigerator and your cupboards are just like everything else in life, and we talked about this a little bit on our Instagram live for our September self-care challenge today, and the fact that sometimes those things can be stressors for us. So if you open your pantry and it is a stressor for you, then you have a higher probability of stress eating or unconsciously eating or maybe binging on something while you're in that space. If it's very well organized, you have all the healthy stuff front and center, and you don't get stressed out when you open it up, and it seems like it's just more inviting, then you probably have a better opportunity of staying focused on your goals and just sticking to whatever parameters or boundaries you have set up for yourself nutritionally, and not binge eating or standing in there feeling kind of like the life got sucked out of you because it's an energy drain. Same thing for your refrigerator. Make sure that it's clean, make sure that it's organized, make sure that you have all the things that you want to be able to easily grab and reach and consume are front and center, so that you won't, again, open that refrigerator and get that feeling of stress. And we know what happens when something like that happens to us. We get energy drained and our whole posture changes. So we want to make sure we open that refrigerator, we stay focused on feeling good, and that it actually isn't something that's going to lift our energy, because what we see is delightful and fresh and hopefully colorful, and you're more willing to go and grab those things to eat instead of something bad. So I'm going to review these 3 things really quickly. The first reason why you want to clean out your cupboards in your refrigerator is you want to remove all temptations. So all those snacky foods, all the kids that were left over from when the grandkids stayed for the weekend, or the snack packs or whatever that you have for your kids' lunches. Just organize it and clean it out. The second thing is you want to just minimalize and stay organized. So I love when I open up my pantry, and I know some people think I have a problem or that I'm just too anal about things, but I love all of my canned goods lined up. I like the label turned to the front. I like all of the same kind of foods lined in the same row. I like all the snack foods in one bin. I like the cereal in one spot. I like it organized by category. I like the labels, like I said, turned to the front. I have certain things on certain levels depending on where you're going to see when you open the cupboard. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel energized, and it makes me feel really optimistic when I go into my pantry. The same thing in the refrigerator. And I have that mom-ism where if anyone in my house asks me where the ketchup is, I know that it's always on the right-hand side, right next to the mustard or wherever it is in the door. So I kind of know where everything is because visually it just makes sense to me. So that helps me with staying organized in the pantry as well. And then the reason, number 3, why you want to keep your pantry or cupboards organized or just minimize them is that stuff expires. And if we don't have a system of rotation for getting things through both the refrigerator and the pantry, then things will expire on you, and then you'll go to use something and then it's no good anymore, and then you have to use an alternative which may not be as good. So just keep that rotation going, check expiration dates, and then make sure that you have the good, fresh food that will probably go bad quickly toward the front and at eye level in your refrigerator, so you see it and you'll use it before it actually does go bad. I've had a lot of women that I've talked to who are telling me that they're having issues with sticking with their intermittent fasting plan because they have cravings, and so they're indulging in some of the things that they have in their house. The one thing about craving something is that if it's not readily available, the craving will pass. So if you are that type of woman who craves things and then indulges in them and then feels bad about it, get rid of the things that can possibly make you indulge in some cravings and just let those cravings pass. So I'm going to see if we have any comments. Let me know if you're that kind of person who likes to have an organized pantry and refrigerator. I want to know that I'm not alone. If you looked at my pantry right now, it is totally organized, and it just makes me feel really good. Yvonne, thank you. Got my hair cut today. I like it. It's super, super short in the back, but I was needing something fresh, so I really like it. It feels good. Oh, Joy, thank you. Janet, thank you. Brendy, hello, Diane. Great to be able to catch you here again. Just had a good run and having a big bowl of vegetables now. Awesome, Brendy. Sounds like a great day. How far did you run? Joy, love this. This was me last week. Yeah. Oh, you can ask anyone in my family. I kind of lose my mind for a moment when I look in the refrigerator and it's a mess. I just don't like it. Diane, you hit your goal. Congratulations. Brandy, love your new hairstyle. Thank you. Sue, thank you. Mary, hello. Julie's here. Patty Sue, good evening. How are you? Betty from Arizona's here. Romy, my fridge is so empty since I started IF. That helps too. So if you're starting intermittent fasting, what you'll notice, one of the first things that you'll notice is that you have to pay attention to your grocery shopping habits. You'll tend to buy less, or in the beginning you end up buying the same amount of stuff and then you end up throwing a bunch of stuff away if you're buying fresh stuff because you're just not eating it all. And then what you'll notice is that you'll start buying less. So yeah, it's a lot easier to keep your pantry and your refrigerator clean and organized because you're not stockpiling food, which is such a relief. You're saving a bunch of money. But in the interim, if you notice that you're still kind of in that stage where you don't have control of that, cleaning things out is the best way to start. And you will feel like you're just kind of starting fresh. So that's cool. It's amazing how much little food you need on hand with IF. Yep. Julie, cute haircut. Oh, thank you. Fridge, pantry. Haha, my husband buys for survival, so it's jam-packed with garbage. I love having to look past. I know, Rita. I waste so many vegetables. Okay, so here's the thing with vegetables that we have been doing is we stopped buying at the big box stores, and I stopped buying pre-packaged vegetables. So we buy onesie twosie kind of things. And I was just talking to someone today even about boiling, hard-boiling eggs. I used to hard-boil 36 eggs a week, like on a Sunday night, and we would eat them all. Probably by Thursday they would be gone. What we've done is we've upped the quality of eggs that we buy, and now we eat the entire egg. Before we used to just eat the egg white, so we would throw half the egg away. And really one egg is really satisfying. We talked yesterday about not consuming too much protein, so we would eat an abundance of egg whites for the protein that we needed, and now we just eat an egg in its entirety, and we're not as wasteful, and we don't have to make as many. And if you have an instant pot, you can make hard-boiled eggs in like 7 minutes. It's so nice. So yeah, you just don't need as much. Randy, thank you. Darla. Yeah, organization is the only way to go. I love an organized refrigerator and pantry. It does. I don't know. It's like that and a clean car. Like, you know, you're like, you get a clean car and everything about your day seems amazing. I love that too. Brandy, I ran a brisk walk 5 minutes, including walking. Oh, cool. And then 100 lunges. Okay, I love doing lunges after a run. It's the best. Lunges are that thing that just bring your hips and your legs in nice and tight. I love it. No soy helped me with the first phase of cleaning. Awesome, Brandy. Good job. Okay, let's see what we got over here on YouTube. Hello from New Jersey, Joanne. Good to have you here. Susie, I'm new to IF and keto. I've lost 57 pounds since April. Can't wait to learn more. Awesome. Welcome. Dawn, love the hair. Thank you. Michelle, good evening. Danita from Kirkland. Kirkland, is that Washington? Where's Kirkland at? Hello from Nevada, July 1st, an alumni course. Hi, everyone. Just did the pantry cleanse tonight. Awesome, Kathleen. We should have got your tips. What did you do anything special or anything else that other than what I talked about tonight? Valdez from Canada, welcome. Thank you, Marie. Yes, I do organize and love it. Makes life easier. It sure does. Janet, I'd love to be organized, but I have a hard time getting rid of food if it's still good. Going to give it to the local food pantry. There you go. That's a good thing. I live in a multi-generational household, only one who I have, so sometimes a challenge pantry cleaning. Yeah, then just make shelves or a section, maybe that's yours, Dominique, and see if that helps. You know, it's not like you have to go, it's not like you have to say, oh, this is my shelf, don't touch anything, but just put things on your shelf where your boundaries are, and then you don't eat anything that's not on that shelf, and that might help you out as well. So I know I just feel so much better. And I tend to not over shop at the grocery store when my pantry and my refrigerator are organized too, because again, like I'm not a big grocery list kind of person. I kind of purchase off memory and what I think we need and a little bit of habit. And I noticed that when my pantry's organized and my refrigerator's cleaned out and organized, I tend to not overbuy, you know, tripling or quadrupling up on some things because I know in my mind what's available and what we need. So that helps with that as well. So hopefully that'll help you guys. A couple of announcements I want to make before we jump off here tonight. Kara put the email, I think she sent it out or she'll send it out tonight, about the Team Rubicon donations for anybody who wanted to donate outside of registering for the course. So we put a PayPal link together with the connection to Team Rubicon specifically. So then we'll just gather up all the money in the end and give them one big donation. So I think that that's going to be great. So look out for that email if you are on our email list. If you're not on our email list but you would like to contribute to the group fund, just reach out to me via email and we'll make sure that we get something sent to you. For the alumni course, you're going to have some new lessons, the current alumni course, you're going to have some new lessons tomorrow afternoon and the remainder of this week and the beginning of next week. And then we're going to kind of close the new lessons out together and complete the course. Just a little update on that. I had some things planned for the alumni course and I ended up not liking what was planned based on some of the feedback you gave us and some of the consult calls that I've had. So we've actually revamped the entire last section of the alumni course. So I know the lessons have been coming a little patchy, but I think you're going to appreciate what we have coming for you. And you guys are our sounding board and our beta test group. So you guys are going to be the ones that give us feedback for our future groups. So I know this week has been a little weird with getting lessons every day, but I promise you we got great stuff coming to you based on your guys' feedback. So hopefully you'll appreciate that, and thank you for all your understanding there. And you're not ending the alumni group. You're going to go with us in the next phase starting September 30th, and we're going to continue to add some content. So it will be an ongoing thing for you guys. No end in sight. So hopefully that's good news for you guys. And I think that that's all the announcements I had to make. Remember, if you do register for our next Saturday course, I don't know the day, I think it's the 23rd is when it starts. If you order between last Monday or I think it's last Friday when we closed out, and then this Friday when we close out again, your name will be entered in a drawing. I'm giving away 5 free 30-minute consult calls. Anyone who's had a consult call with me always gives us great feedback on how it helped them sort of get themselves out of a bind with their intermittent fasting, or get them, you know, kind of narrowed in on some tweaks to get some better results. So it's a pretty value-packed offer, and we're giving 5 away for free. So get yourself registered. Your name will go in a drawing, and then we will announce that probably on next Monday's call, and then we'll schedule your call for you about the 3rd week of your course. So that's a pretty exciting thing. I think we're pretty excited about being able to do that every week. And then I think that's about it. The next alumni course starts on the 30th, so keep an eye out for that. And like I said, my current alumni people, we got some good stuff coming. And then the other piece of good news, I know a lot of you have been waiting patiently for this too. We're in the final stages of getting our shirts, our t-shirts for our community here set up. So those will be rolling out hopefully in the next week or so. And they're very specific to our amazing community of women, the intermittent fasting for today's aging woman community. And those shirts will be available with a couple of our course key phrases, hopefully in the next week or two. So keep your eyes on your emails for that as well. So I'm going to check off of here tonight. Thanks so much for joining me. Make sure you go through those 3 tips I talked about. Get those pantries cleaned out. Get rid of temptation. Minimalize your life. Get yourself organized. And then make sure that if anything is expiring, or maybe you've purchased some food that now you've decided you just don't want to eat anymore, gather it up and donate it to a food pantry or a shelter somewhere and do some good with it, and just get it out of your life so that you can keep things simple and clean and organized. I know my life is so much better organized, so hopefully you guys are feeling that same way too. So I will see you guys tomorrow night, Thursday, for another live, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you'd like to jump on our Instagram live, we've been doing that every day at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, so you can jump over there for that as well. So lots of stuff tonight, announcements-wise, so thanks for sitting through all that with me. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow or somewhere on social media. Have a good night.